I have played a lot of Black Flag, and I've also played a lot of Black Flag Resynced, and I gotta say, I love both of them. But I want to talk about this as a Jump Inside episode on things that you'll experience within the first few hours of playing this game. It's basically the old game story, but all adapted to the new, more graphical, updated, and controls of a brand new game. Yeah, so for example, Duncan, the person that you first battle, your first target, he's probably quite simple to kill in the original Black Flag game, but in this new updated resynced version, he's actually quite difficult. In fact, he's got a health bar and everything, and the combat system is different if you've just come from the original Black Flag game. So you get the idea. We're going to talk about those little mini bits of differences in this video. So without any further ado, let's get started. This is Jump Inside Black Flag Resynced. And I thought I'd start off with a very simple one to talk about, and that is the graphics. I'm going to put two of these graphics side by side so you can see what the difference looks like. And to be honest with you, I really like what it offers.
But I did fashion myself a new holster. All I need now is a pistol to lie in it.
Now, one thing I'm going to be really focusing is the shape of the jackdaw. I think the jackdaw looks a little bit more royal, a little bit more ship-like, something a bit more fancy in the more modern game than the past game. And I kind of like that. That's how they've designed it. I think, if anything, Edward's face looks the most different in the whole game. He looks a little bit more real, a bit more realistic. And I don't know whether I'm just not used to that because I've played a lot of the older version of the game. I'm just used to Edward's face looking a bit more like that rather than this new version. I think after a while I've played this new version, I'll be used to looking at him like that. So yeah, I think it might be a bit off-putting at first, but I think people will get used to it. I think another thing that people are going to be concerned about is what the climbing is like. I think you'll get used to the climbing. When I first started doing all the climbing and all that kind of stuff, I was kind of just getting used to it, trying to feel exactly how some of the mechanics worked when it came to climbing. Compared to the older game, some of the ledges have been like slightly tweaked and updated. So this right here, this is the area that you would normally climb that bit I was climbing before. And as you can see right here, this is pretty much the exact same area. So yes, this is the same part. It's obviously a little bit different. But there is one important thing about this new difference, is now we have zip lines in the game. Yes, this wasn't in the original, but it is in this new version. Yes, we have zip lines. How awesome is that? Now, another thing I'd like to mention is the stealth ability that your character has. These little tweak things. I love all the little tweaks. They're so good. You get to put your hood on and off at any point. How awesome is that compared to the original? Love that. And of course, you can choose to go into stealth mode. You can't do this in the original. Your character goes into stealth whenever you're in a particular position. But in this game, if you want to go into stealth mode, you can just press a single button and your character will crouch and he will go into stealth mode at any point in the game. And while we're talking about stealth, I'll just let you know you can go underwater at any point in the game. Your character now can dive. This is a good thing. I like this. If you're going to make a boat game and let my character dive, I don't know why this wasn't in the original, but maybe it's just because it was too much for the games back then. Now that they've rebuilt it, they've allowed you to swim underwater. Thank you, finally. And to also include, for those of you who are wondering, yes, I like the fact that they've made the bushes bigger. Yes, this previous game, I was always like, how can you not see me going through the fields and bushes? I feel like I'm very visible. Whereas in this new game, yes, it's a bit more realistic. You cannot see me in this grass. I feel a little bit more hidden. It feels more realistic in this matter. Now, one thing I was a little bit upset about was the fact they removed the modern day. And what I miss about the modern day is, and without spoilers, they were always chasing down something that was linking to the anima. So in this story, you're making a movie, or Abstergo, the company, are making a movie from Edward's story. and they wanted to make the movie up to the point where he found the observatory. That's the bit that they asked you to focus on. So you're playing Edward's life until you get to the observatory. I'm not going to go deeper into the story than that, but you'll understand the story a bit more the more you play the modern story game. If you want to play the previous, obviously, you'll understand the story a bit more inside this game. But in this particular resynced game, this brand new resynced game, this is all removed. This is just focusing on the gameplay of Assassin's Creed Black Flag. And I have to talk about at some point, but ignoring the wind, that's completely more atrocious in this game than the previous. But the ship boarding. Yeah, I don't want to say too much about the ship combat because the ship combat feels roughly the same. You get used to it very easily. But like before in the previous, you had to take out like so many men and tear down a flag or something. In this game, it's reducing the morale of the crew. So you have to go onto the enemy ship, or don't go onto the enemy ship, it's completely up to you, and just destroy enough of them to reduce their morale. And if anyone's wondering if you can access the captain's cabin on this game, yes, you absolutely can. You can still access the captain's cabin. That's still a thing you can do just to put you in that realm. You might be wondering, is it still accessible in this new game? Yes, it is. And the menus look a little bit different, but I think they're nicer. I think they're nice to look at. They look a bit more modernized. And for those of you who are coming from that original Black Flag to this current one, which is resynced, you'll be glad to know that there is Autopilot. Yes, but if some strange reason you don't know where you're going, you can follow a line that will show you where to go. It's called your Pathfinder. If you need to follow someone like James Kidd, you can just click the follow button and just follow them to wherever you're headed. Also, the boat has this as well. You can just turn the Pathfinder on and you can just press follow and the ship will just take you where you need to go. I just say stay a bit wary in case you go into enemy territory, but outside of that, you could just press that Pathfinder button and let the ship do its thing if you're not interested in battling. Now, I will just put it out there, the one thing that I really hate about this game is the map feature. There's no mini-map, but I'm not really that bothered. But this big map here, if I'm only going to have this big map, one thing I don't like is locked levels of zooms. There are 4 locked levels of zooms where you can zoom in and zoom out, and they're locked to these particular levels that I've got control over. I hate that. That's annoying. Don't like that feature whatsoever. In the previous game, it was a lot better. I had more control. It was more fluid. I could just go to a thing and just zoom in as much as I wanted. I had more control over my zooms. Now, if you're playing this game and you have that issue as well, and you hate that as much as I do, and you found a fix for it in the settings, let me know. But honestly, I can't find any control over that. That's my only major issue with this game. No, sorry, there's one more issue, and it's this paywall. I'm not that bothered about the paywall for the Hellfire and all these other ones. That's just extra if you want to pay extra for it. I'm not that bothered about that. It's this Master Assassin outfit. This should be an unlockable in the game. I've got to pay, number one, to get a Master's Assassin outfit, but also, I can be a Master Assassin at any point just by paying money for it? That feels wrong. That should not be behind a paywall. That should be behind like 100% completion of a game outfit, not a thing you should have to pay for. So yeah, a little bit annoyed about that one. Anyway, that right there, that's Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. Tell me what you think about it. Let me know in the comments below. I will catch you guys in another video very soon. Thanks for watching and goodbye. Hey, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, then please don't forget to give a like and subscribe to the channel. That would be amazing. Thank you so much. Anyway, I will see you guys on another Jump Inside video very soon. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.